Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In this DIY we are going to be using 9 of these mirrors. Here's the skew, and let's see if we can remove the mirror. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all the mirrors from the frames. Okay guys, so I removed 7 of the mirrors and I'm going to leave 2 of the mirrors white. So what I'm going to do now is take these outside and spray paint them silver. Then I'll come back and move on with the DIY. Okay guys, so I'm back the very next day with my 7 frames. And as you can see, I painted them all silver. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the mirror back on the inside of all 7. And then we'll move on to the next step. Okay guys, I'm back and I've lined up 6 mirrors and I want to glue them together this way. So I'm going to use some of my Gorilla Glue along with some hot glue and then glue these 3 sets of mirrors together. But I'm going to flip them over because I want to make sure that the hooks are on the same. Okay, as you can see, I flipped them over. So now I'm going to use some of my Gorilla Glue along with some hot glue and glue each set together. And it seems like they're touching more towards the edge, and this is why I'm putting hot glue in the center to fill in that gap. Okay, so here I have my popsicle sticks and I'm just going to glue them right in the center. And it looks like I need to take a little bit of the edge off. I'm going to use some more of my Gorilla Glue. Along with some hot glue. Now I'll cut this in half and I'm going to glue these together. So I'm going to put a little glue between each frame. Okay guys, I'm back and I have let this sit for about 3 hours. I'm going to take another one of the mirrors, but this time I'm going to leave the frame white. I'm just going to remove these tabs that hold the mirror in place. I'm going to remove the hanging brackets as well. And now I'm going to hot glue the back down. Okay, so that's done. So now I want to add some crushed glass to this mirror. So I'm going to take some Mod Podge, and I already have some in this container, and I'm just going to brush it onto the mirror. And you want to be a little generous. You want to pile it on slightly thick. Okay, then you set that aside and let it dry. Then later you come back in and shake off the excess. And here's one I did ahead of time. Now when you remove the excess glass, you will have some spaces that still need crushed glass. So you just take a small brush and dab more of the Mod Podge into those open spaces and then apply more crushed glass on top of the Mod Podge. And then we come back in and seal it with some water and a little bit of Mod Podge. Then if you want it super sparkly, you can sprinkle on some glitter. Okay. And then come back in and put some glass right on top of the Mod Podge. So we will allow this to dry. Then we'll come back and seal it and move on to the next. Okay guys, I'm back and I still have a little bit of Mod Podge in here, so I'm going to add some water to it. Again, I'm just eyeballing it, but the ratio is more like 2/3 water, 1/3 Mod Podge. This is what I use to seal my crushed glass. And trust me, when it dries, it's going to dry clear. So now I'll do the other mirror, let it dry, come back, and then we'll put everything together. Okay guys, I'm back. So what I'm gonna do now is just glue both of these down just like this. So now I'll allow this to dry, then come back and move on to the next step. Okay guys, I'm back. So now I just want to do a little bit of decorating around the frame. And I'm simply going to use some of the Dollar Tree bling. I'm just going to measure and cut. And I want 2 rows. And I'm going to use some of the Dollar Tree Fix All glue to glue it down. I'm going to continue to go around all of these frames just like this, then I'll come back. When you're done, just go around and press all of your bling down to make sure that it's flat. I need to add a piece right here and then I'll be done. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let this glue dry and move on to the next. So I went ahead and added bling around this frame as well. So now I'm going to glue this down just like this, right in the center. Top of here to help hold it down, and now I'll let this dry. I think I'll go around the outside with some kind of decorative bling as well off camera. Then I'll come back and I'm going to add a panel to the back to make it easier to hang on the wall. So yeah, I'll do that and then we'll be done. Okay guys, I'm back and I'm so anxious to get this on the wall. Now off camera, I went ahead and trimmed the edge of the mirror in mirror tile. As you can see, it took 3 rows. So I went all around the outside of the mirror and here as well. Now on my white mirrors, I use a different design. And it's this trim that I use a lot. So what I did was measure and cut. Then I cut the little beads off the edge. And then you're left with this. And then I just glued it on with the hot glue. You just want to line it up to make sure that it all works out. And I'll continue to add more. I glue to each rectangle and then press it up against the frame. And that's all that I did. And I'll continue to trim this mirror off camera. Then I'll come back and I want to add some board to the back to make this piece easier to hang. I'm done adding the trim around the white mirrors. So what I want to do now is flip this over. So again guys, remember we have these hooks. I want to make it a little bit easier to hang this. And I have this board. And I know it looks rough, but I'm going to cut this in half and then I'm going to glue this onto the back. And this will make it easier to hang the mirror. Honestly, if you want this to last, I would not suggest using foam board. You can get board like this from Home Depot for like $4. You can get a really big sheet. So what I'm going to do is make a line down the center and then break it and glue it onto my back. So now I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and score it. So now I'm going to put it on the edge of the table and pop it. So now I have this piece. And so what I'm going to do is just glue this right across here. And I'm going to use my Gorilla Glue along with some hot glue. And this is going to make it a whole lot easier to hang on the wall. I want to make this as easy as possible. So yeah. And then I'm going to add some hot glue right in the center, globbing it on there thick. And just fill in those gaps. Just put some more hot glue under there. Again, I'm going to put some weight on there. Spin this around. So now I have my hooks on the back. I'm going to go ahead and clean the mirror and put it on the wall. And as promised, here's my gorgeous Dollar Tree mirror. I absolutely love it. I think the white frames and the crushed glass accents the mirror very well. Again, I only used 9 mirrors to create this mirror. Now you can use more mirrors and make it larger. And if you really want to take it over the top, then add some lighting to the back of the mirror. Okay everyone, this concludes my DIY. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave me a thumbs up. It's very important. Please don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, Glam Fam, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.